Let's see how to create a Laravel application while using Supabase as our main database. So we're going to create a new project having logged in into Supabase, and we can name this like Laravel example. Then you can create your Supabase password. So just know that this password you're going to use it later on, and for Supabase it doesn't keep passwords, so make sure that you always remember your password as you're setting this up. Then we create the new project. After creating your project, what you're going to do is you go to the project settings, and then before we go there, what you're going to do is to go inside your SQL editor, and then we are going to set up a schema for our database. Alright, for this kind of architecture, normally in a Laravel project, every single model or every single table that is created is all in one structure, whereby the models that you're going to create later on are going to be in one whole structure with the models that are created separately by Laravel, such as the sessions, the migrations, your password tokens, your jobs, and other files. So you're going to find out that every single thing is going to be inside one database structure, and certain times that structure is not secure. We're going to do that by creating a schema using this command, using this SQL command create schema. If not exists, Laravel. Then we're going to run it by going into Supabase and click on this run command. Then it's going to execute, and then when we see success, no errors returned, then we can continue to pre-configure it. And then there is also another command that we have to run so that we're able to grant permissions. So you can click on new, and then you paste in the command, and this is the command: grant all schema Laravel to Postgres. So what we're doing here is granting the permissions to our normal Postgres user to have access to this schema that we've just created, and that's why we are running this command, so that he has the privilege to be able to see all those tables that are going to be created in those separate schemas. So we also run this command. Then after running that command, what we're going to do is now we'll create a Laravel project, and then we continue. Alright, so we create a new Laravel project by doing composer create projects Laravel, then our project name, we call it Laravel, you can call it Laravel template. Having created our Laravel project, it's going to look like this, a fresh new project. It's going to come with that .env file. So what we're going to first do is to go to our config folder, and then we look for database.php. Then inside here, the fact that Supabase is a Postgres kind of database, we're going to go to the PostgreSQL configuration. Then we are going to update its configuration to have these two options, which are, and we add them here. So we're going to update our schema to be Laravel, and then we're going to update the search path to use public and Laravel. It allows Postgres, or it allows Laravel to be able to find all our migrations or all our tables within the public schema and the Laravel schema that are in Supabase. And then by default, Laravel is going to use the Laravel schema to put its pre-configured tables for the sessions and all those other configuration that Laravel uses inside the default Laravel schema. So we're going to do that. Then there is also another configuration that you have to update, which is in the migration section, which is here below. So we're going to update this to look something like this. So we're going to add Laravel to the migrations, so that now for every new migration that Laravel is going to pre-configure, it's going to go to the Laravel schema that we had created in Supabase. So after that, we can save this. Then we also have to go to our queues. Then we update the table that they're going to go to. So by default, you're either going to place them inside this environment variable table name, or it's going to be jobs. But as per now, we're going to place them inside the Laravel.jobs directory, schema. So that is going to be Laravel.jobs. Then we save that. Then we can go to our sessions, and then since this is a default Laravel kind of table, it's also going to go inside the Laravel schema table. Then the other one is going to be inside the cache. So the cache, we are going to look for the table option and the database. So this is where Laravel looks where it's going to store its cache. So as per now, the default configured configuration is database, and with that, in the table we have to update the default one from cache to Laravel.cache. So we come back to the queues, and then queues are the ones that have the failed tables, yeah. So even this, we're going to come and update this table, the one that is going to store the failed queues, the failed queue jobs, to be Laravel.failed jobs. Then after making sure that those configurations have those kind of setup, then we can now continue. Right now we go to the database directory, then we go to our migrations. So we're going to update our migrations. So as per now, by default, you don't need to update like your users table if you want it to be in the public schema. By default, when you create a new model, it's going to go in your public schema, yeah. But then those that you'd want to go to the Laravel schema, like tokens, sessions, all of them have to be then this, just to be explicit, we add public.users. Then we come to the cache, and then we update these to have Laravel, since they are all inside the Laravel schema. Then even this, in case we are dropping or we are putting up the migrations. Then also for the jobs, the failed jobs, the job bashes, all of them are going to have Laravel dot. Then even these, so after making sure all that is done, then we can now go to, anyhow, I'll show you how we don't need this. We can actually just remove it and then see what is going to happen. So we can close this. Then after that, we can head over to our .env file, and then we update our configuration. So what it's going to be here is, okay, so instead of this, we are going to use something like this. So you're going to update your DB connection to be PostgreSQL. Then for the DB host, you get most of the times all these details from your Supabase connection string, yeah, and I'm going to show you how to get that. So all we can do right now is to go back to Supabase, and then we get the connection string. So can close this. So to get the connection string, at the very top here of Supabase, you have the connect button, so you're going to click on it. Then now here is where you're going to have to be very careful. By default, it's on the direct connection option that is selected, yeah, primarily. But then when you're running your migrations, you're going to find out that if you just use this configuration, it's going to fail. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to come and then you select transaction puller. So most of the times this is a step that most people miss, and then they get errors, and then you find out that your database is not working. This is something that you have to put into consideration, because when you don't do that, then Laravel, when you're running the migrations, it's going to show you are not able to find the host name of your connection. So you're going to wonder why you're not able to connect your database, but this would have been the issue. So what you do is after getting these as your details, then you can go back to our editor and I show you how they come about. So for the DB connection, you just use PostgreSQL. Then you're going to get this value that is here. So this is going to be your host, yeah, your DB host value. So instead of this, we're going to update that. Then the port is going to stay the same, 6543. Then this Postgres, that's your database, that's the database name. Then on the DB username, you have to be careful. The DB username is actually this. Starting from here, Postgres dot, then it has your project ID within it. That's why I put Postgres dot, then yeah, something like that. So that's how it's going to, sorry, let me remove this, and yeah, so it's going to appear like that. Then the password that we initially put, like that. So yeah, so with these details, you're going to find out that actually now your connection is going to be correct, and you're going to find out that you're not going to have any issues as long as you follow this kind of syntax, yeah. So after doing that, we're going to check if our connection is actually secure, or we are actually able to connect to this database. So with that, you run a command that is php artisan db monitor, yeah. So once you run this command, what it does is it's able to check if you're able to actually connect to your Supabase database, and then you're able to actually do the database migrations on it. Then after making sure that the connection is ready, then you can do php artisan migrate. So it prepares the tables and everything, and then boom, you find out that your new migrations have been created. And then when we come back to Supabase, we're going to see that now our tables have been created successfully. So if I close this and then I actually come to my table editor and then I refresh, actually I even did need to refresh the page, you can see that right now in the public schema I only have the users table, yeah. And when I come and click on the schemas, and then we can see the Laravel schema that we created. When I click on it, then I can now see the default Laravel tables that were created, but actually these are not automatically going to be seen or going to be sent, or the user isn't going to have like 100% access to these tables. And that's how it's supposed to be if you want to be able to prevent users or have a clean architecture in your Supabase table. So we're going to test out and see if actually now we can be able to create migrations properly with them connecting to our Supabase database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and actually create a model and a migration. So I'm going to type php artisan make model, let me call it contact, then I do -m so that I'm able to also create the migration. Then once it's created, I can see that a new contact migration has been created. Then need to edit any other thing, then we just come and do php artisan migrate. When I come back to Supabase, you're able to actually see that a new contacts table has been created with all the relevant fields. But when we come back to Laravel, also our sessions and everything, they're all intact and Laravel can interact with all of them. So yeah, so for those that would like to see all the commands and a list of everything that I've been doing, the configurations that I've been making, and all the commands that I've been typing in, and all the configurations. I've linked in the description below to a readme that has everything detailed, so that you can actually just copy and paste this so that it works for you. Thank you very much.